Hello, everyone, Randy here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Chippewa County here, and since last episode, well, if you watched the live stream in there, we did some odds and ends on the farm here, working on some, just like I said, odds and ends here, working on getting the fields prepped. Got, whatever field number this is here, well, I typically call it field 1. Fertilizer's almost on that field. Cultivator is going on field 6, no, 8. Field 8. I think I called this Field 8. Oh, yes, there it is right there. It says right in the name. Duh. Field 8 there. During the live stream, by the way, I did go ahead and put some lime down across all the sections that were missing lime here. Like I said, the field was looking, wasn't, terrible on lime, but there was quite a bit that needed lime on it. So it's like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and put lime on the sections that need it. Probably we'll do the same thing, too, once we get the hay off there as well. Speaking of the hay that's on that strip, by the way, everyone, did run the tedder across that as well. So now it is at least dry grass. It's not hay yet, but it is dry grass. Because I noticed during the live stream, it's like, oh, wait a minute. This actually is like wet grass. So, oh boy, we're stuck on the door here. Anyway, working on grabbing the cultivator here. So we can hopefully go start cultivating field 1. Got the white, what is this? A white 195 here. This, of course, by the way, is the white tractor I've been working on modding, and we're giving it a test out here, shall we say. Seeing how everything works. Hopefully everything's good. And assuming it is, everyone, hopefully maybe by the end of this week, I'll have this mod out on the Facebook page there so everyone else can download it as well if you like. It does come with several different horsepower options. From 125 through 195. We got weight options, tire options. Oh, let's see what else. I think that's about it for the options there, if I remember correctly. Finally, finished up most of the last little details I think this tractor needed here this past weekend. Again, if you watch the live streams there, mostly needed tires fixing at that point. And a few other miscellaneous things as well. I did go ahead and put a chrome exhaust on it there, so a chrome stack. If you remember before, I just had a kind of a flat gray stack on it. And I thought that'd look a little better, if it was chrome. Because, of course, chrome gives you more horsepower, right? So that's always good. And I believe that is the John Deere that is finished putting slurry down. It is indeed, yes. So he's, of course. He can stay over there, I guess. Maybe when we get over there, we'll drive him back to the top end of the field here. So anyway, just doing a little cultivating myself here this episode. There's not a whole lot else going on. Probably going to end up skipping time through the night here. Oh, that reminds me, too. We need to deal with the TMR for the cows here yet as well. Everyone. Outside of buying like a really small trailer, I'm really not sure how to get TMR out of that thing. Because, I mean, what trailers are there that are going to be low enough? I mean, I doubt even that trailer is going to be low enough. We can up the capacity. Yeah, that's not going to help, is it? We need, like, low. I mean, this case small trailer. I wonder if we can do, like, that's 18,000. See, all the small trailers, the problem with small trailers, that one is, obviously, they don't hold much. And I don't particularly like that idea. Well, that one at least holds 12,000. I need, like, some OP short trailer here. I think that's what we need. And unfortunately, I don't think I really have any that I know of. Yes, not that I know of here. What else would we potentially have that would be short, OP, and hold a lot? Oh, now it's Chalmers grass catcher. Didn't know we had one. Oh, holds 12,000. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that holds a wee bit. Baling technology, animals. Those hold bales. Yeah, like I said, don't really have anything. And I'll have to look at the comments here, everyone. Last time I looked at the comments, didn't look like anyone had any suggestions yet. So we might have to come up with something here. We'll see once. And I'll probably get Courseplay going on this at some point. Oh, this cultivator needs a little bit of repair, doesn't it? Why don't we do that here a minute? Yes, the repair of that. Wheel Roach Cultivator, by the way, is available on the RDAllen Facebook page if you'd like to check it out. Again, like a lot of the old mods out there, it needed a lot of help as well. And yes, everyone, I'm well aware. I noted this during the live stream. Notice how 3 tires look the same and 1 is odd. I'm not entirely sure what's causing that, everyone. All 4 tires are exactly the same tire in the mods. So, from what I've been told during the live stream, it sounds like that's an issue of the Real Dirt mod. It's the Real Dirt mod there that screws up the tires. So, I don't know that I can actually fix that or do anything about it, because again, all the tires should have the same material. Like I said, they are all exactly the same tire, just duplicated across all 4 locations where, you know, they need to be. Yeah, a bit weird, but oh well. Oh, and of course, from the last video there, everyone, as you can see, too, the 3rd tire has been removed. There's no 3rd tire on anymore. Did finally get rid of that. It now has proper rubber tires on it, which is a matter, by the way, of getting proper rubber tires. It's a matter of setting the UVs for the material for the model. And of course, Giants does have a PDF document on where the UVs need to be set to achieve the rubber texture. Or if you're using Blender, there's a great little tool you can use just to move them over. And just a reminder here, too, by the way, again, if you'd like to join us on the RDAllen TeamSpeak server, multiplayer servers, you're welcome to do so. Again, that information is down below in the description. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. Again, we ask that you please join us on the RDAllen TeamSpeak server there. A microphone, by the way, is not required. And if you don't have TeamSpeak, TeamSpeak, again, is free to download. I have a link for that down below in the description as well. Yes, there's the 7520. Yes, the 7520 needs quite a bit of help as well, by the way. That's, yeah, that's one sorry-looking tractor there, everyone. I'll say it seems like this white 195 pulls that cultivator quite nicely. I don't actually have maybe the horsepower calculated out exactly for it, everyone, so I'm not entirely sure how much horsepower it has. Again, as I've said before, everyone, when you see the horsepower listed in the mod there, that's just a number. That means absolutely nothing. You can change that number to 10,000 horsepower, and that will not change the horsepower on the mod at all. The horsepower, again, is determined by the RPMs, torque scales, and all that good stuff. Okay, let's just, might as well get rid of that course there. And I think we're, oh, that's right, we got, yes, we got the field across the road here yet. That needs to be done yet. Again, wait for the hay to change there. We got the wet crop symbol up there, don't we? I think that's what that is anyway. That's interesting. Yeah, it's probably going to make our hay a little bit slower to dry, isn't it? Yeah, well. What I'm thinking I'll probably do, everyone, after this episode is I'll probably skip through the night here. Should probably make sure the animals are taken care of before we do that. And then hopefully tomorrow in game time, and literally hopefully tomorrow's video as well, maybe the hay will finally be ready. We can get that picked up. And then, of course, we'll get that field plowed. I'll probably do a little more planting here yet, I'm thinking. I wonder if we should maybe get that going here yet as well. I've got oats and barley planted. Maybe we'll do like a field of wheat here. Maybe we'll plant... what field do I want to plant of wheat? This field here, maybe? Maybe we'll do this field of wheat. What was on it before? Let's see what's here. It was a legume, huh? A legume. And let's see what's here. If I do wheat. I don't know what was actually on it before. It was either It was some crop. Fallow, no, let's do wheat. 0.95. Okay, that's probably not the best choice, maybe? Sunflowers looks like that'd be a pretty good choice, maybe. Okay. Yeah, to be honest with those numbers, I'm probably not even going to bother worrying about crop rotation. I mean, unless it gets like a lot worse or something. But as I noted before here, when I haven't really seen the numbers, like, it varies by a couple percentage points. So at that point, it's like, really, am I going to even bother worrying about it? Probably not. Ooh, look out. Turned a little too sharp there. Yeah, this slurry tanker is probably a little heavy on the back of this tractor here. Again, normally I had it on the back of the 8020, which I have fixed the 8020 now, by the way, as well. 8020 should be good to go here, I think, at this point. The 3-point actually works. It all stays as one piece now. And yeah, unless I missed something, everyone, I think it's finished here. You can see it is attached to the plow here currently. It now has, by the way, for those who wonder, it now has the John Deere 8R 3-point and hitch on it. So that's what's on there. So yeah, it's a nice proper American style hitch. There is a 3-point shield there. There is no 3-point under there if you look, but at least if you use an implement, everyone that has a 3-point, it'll kind of visually look like it connects. Although there is no 3-point shaft here, I'm aware of that. And, you know, kind of a, how do you want to do it? I guess it's pretty much up to the mod author there. I decided it looked better if it was at least visually connected, even though, technically it's not going to work. Minor details, right? And by the way, if you're not familiar with an articulated tractor like that, typically in most cases on articulated tractors that have PTOs, you will see a minimum of 2 shafts that run through the articulation or the articulated point there. The one shaft will, of course, be the drive shaft for the wheels. The second shaft will be a drive shaft typically for the PTO. And of course, the reason for that is the PTO needs to come off the transmission of the tractor, and a lot of times on the articulated tractors, the transmission is located usually under the cab, of course, the rear of the motor, and that again is on, you know, typically on the front half of the articulated tractor. That's why there needs to be 2 shafts that run through the articulation point there on an articulated tractor for the PTO. Let's see, yeah, looks like the, I should check the exhaust. Yeah, looks like that exhaust is coming out in about the right spot. Can maybe move that back a little bit. And of course, all the lights should work now as well. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Gotta, you know, test the mods, right? Wait, did it turn on rear lights? Is that just my imagination? Couldn't have. Nope. Okay, good. Yeah, visually turns on the front, then turns on the rear, then turns on all. Nice. I should watch where I'm going here, too. Don't probably technically need to cultivate this field if I plant it with a no-till drill. I'm not sure what I was going to plant it with. So like I said, we're just going to run the cultivator. Plus, we did put slurry on the field. And we'll just kind of, you know, cultivate that in. A little more realistic there, if you ask me. And just out of curiosity, while we're at testing, let's just run the GS vehicle analyze command here. Ooh, missing a little bit there. I'll try to watch where we're going here too. Let's see, attributes. No, physics. I believe physics is the one I want. Oh, yes, lots of good information here. Let's see what's here. Okay, according to the game here, everyone, available power, it looks like it's about 187, 190. We'll just call it 190, everyone. So it looks like I actually made some guesses here, everyone, on the torque scales for it. I just made a rough guess at what I thought 195 horsepower would be. And like I said, everyone, it was just a guess. Looks like I was actually pretty close. Like I said, there, it's showing about 190 horsepower, give or take a little bit there. So, you know, if you figure 195 engine horsepower, by the time you get to the wheels, right, yeah, it's probably actually more like 170 maybe or something like that, but, or a little bit less than that, all depends on some tractors. Motor load about 30, 35% or so, looks like. We'll call it fuel usage, about 15 liters an hour. That's kind of cool. Of course, no DEF or air usage. This tractor does not have a compressor or DEF. If I remember correctly, I think it did have... Did it have air? I think it had air before, if I remember correctly. It might even had DEF. I don't remember. See that on a lot of tractors, everyone, where the older tractors, the mod authors include the DEF. And sometimes they'll take out the fill, so you won't be able to fill it, but it'll still have a capacity for it. Again, I think Courseplay fixed that. I mean, if you remember... Courseplay would sometimes not work with certain tractors because it would say it wasn't full. That's because the DEF tank on the tractor wasn't full, as the mod author, of course, didn't include provisions for being able to fill it, but still included the ability for it to have DEF. Anyway, we'll just turn that stuff off there. We don't need to see that on the screen. We'll just tab through it here a minute, and that is physics. Turn that back off. Again, in order to do that, everyone, you do have to have developer mode on. And, of course, when you have developer mode on, you can push the tilde key. That's the key above the tab key or the key below the escape key or the key to the left of the number 1 key. All depends which one you want to call it. It's the tilde key. Probably a key most people are not familiar with on the keyboard. Also sometimes referred to as a programmer's key, because a lot of times it is a key that programmers will use, especially in games. You'll actually see that fairly common. A lot of games will use the tilde key to bring up stuff like this. And it's usually all or more for programmers than anything. And in the case, at least of Farming Simulator, everyone, it does have some good options in there. Especially if you're using Courseplay, and Courseplay decides to go south on you when it should be going north. You can go in there and run the Courseplay stop command, and that'll stop Courseplay and hopefully unfreeze your game. Again, all you have to do, push tilde, push it again until you see the blinking cursor there, and then you just can tab through the options. So just push the tab key. And in this case, like I said, if Courseplay is causing problems for you, just CP stop all, and that will stop Courseplay. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you probably have seen me use that once in a while. Oh, I'd say maybe at least about like every other week or so, I end up using that command just because Courseplay, like I said, going south when it should be going north, causes your game to lock up. And rather than, of course, force closing the game and having to lose your save and all that stuff, when you just run the Courseplay stop all command, your game should be back again, and then you can pick up where you left off. Much, much nicer, if you ask me. Let's see, 4640 looks like still working yet. Again, 4640 is cultivating that field, by the way. Uh-oh. Sounds like the tractor's about to die there. Maybe we need to change the fuel filters on it or something. That's actually something I've always found a little bit annoying about the game, everyone, and I'm sure those of you that have ran tractors in real life have noticed this as well. The way the game handles the RPMs of the tractor versus the speed that you're going, your engine sound is calculated based on your RPM load. So if you're only going, let's see, maybe you're only going 10 miles an hour, you might not actually have that much of an RPM on the tractor. Whereas, of course, in real life, everyone, maybe you have it in a lower gear, you can be running at full bore RPM, which, case like this, you probably would be. I'm not familiar with a white tractor, everyone, so I'm not sure what kind of a gearing this particular tractor has. Probably some sort of power shift, I would imagine, with the age of this tractor. But you're running a couple miles an hour, and you'd probably be running the engine wide open, or real close to it anyway. Maybe not quite wide open, but like I said, close to it. So yeah, it looks like what's happening, everyone, as we're going downhill, the RPMs is probably slowing down. Because I'm noticing we're not actually losing any speed, so that means the tractor is maintaining power, just it doesn't need that power, so therefore the RPMs are going lower. Again, kind of the way Giants handles the RPMs there. Not the most realistic, if you ask me, at least the way the game does it, but oh well. Mind you, everyone, yes, you could probably get the manual gear mod. I forget the exact name of that mod there again. As I said before, I'm not particularly a big fan of that mod. For those that want to use it, be my guest. Myself, no. Now, what would be cool, everyone, is if they actually did maybe in the future incorporate an actual gearing system for tractors. Depending on what type of tractor it is, you could actually have a couple different transmission types. For example, like an actual, manual shift transmission with gears. You could have a power shift. Be some pretty cool options in the game that would be possible. Who knows in the future? Which actually is worth noting. I've actually heard a few people talking about Farming Simulator 2021 already. And it's it's getting a little ahead of yourselves, if you ask me, everyone. I mean, Farming Simulator 2021 is at least a year away yet. Assuming, again, that they release Farming Simulator 2021, which I would assume they do. But we won't be hearing anything about that for, like I said, at least probably another 9 months before we probably hear anything even about it. If I remember correctly, it's usually about June or so, I think, before we actually finally start hearing about 2021 and maybe seeing what they're actually going to incorporate in it. Anyway, we'll read a few quick comments here in a moment. Grandpa's Gaming was saying the Oliver is a safe drive tractor. The lights are always on. Yeah, I guess you could put it that way. Yes. Safe to drive that tractor. At least I would hope, anyway. Let's see. Darren was saying get the storage mod by GTX on Giants Mod Hub for storing your fertilizers, etc. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. Though, how would I get the lime into the fertilizer or into the silo at this point? I do actually have the Buster's silos, so I don't actually need to get those particular silos here. The Buster's ones have... Oh, let's see. I think it's under these. Yes, storage. So yes, there actually is a lime hopper, everyone. So I'm not entirely sure... Not sure how you would get lime into it. I'll have to investigate that. I wonder, can I pull up to the regular trailer there? If a regular trailer will let me fill, I might have to pick it up above with some sort of loader, dump it into a trailer, then I could probably put it into the storage silos. Because, of course, those silos, everyone won't take pallets directly. Tiki66MN was saying, sure interested to see if you can make that mixer useful. Nice to see that we may be able to actually feed corn to the cattle like in real life. Exactly what I was saying there as well, Tiki, yes. Should be able to make it useful. It's just a matter of how we're going to unload it here at this point. Of course, I could go get a small trailer, but the small trailer holds, what, 8,000, 12,000 liters, some ridiculously small amount like that. Unfortunately, the pipe on that mix, it looks to me like that whole mixer, everyone, is undersized, if you ask me. That mixer should be probably like twice that size. That's probably the problem there. But yeah, if that pipe on the mixer was able to lift a little higher, we could probably drive under it like a Buster's truck, GMC, Cat truck, BCG truck, one of those trucks. Be like, perfect. Edward was saying the lights aren't referenced or indexed in the XML for the Oliver. From what I can tell, each real light has to be indexed. Yeah, so that would probably be why the lights are on. There's no coding in the XML for lights. Interesting. Very, very interesting. JDT was saying try loading the TMR into the drive over Batco. I thought about that. I don't know. It didn't work with the other auger there, so I don't know if it'd work with that one, but we could try it. Dylan was saying in-game belts. Ooh, you know what? That actually might be a good idea there, Dylan. That might be a good idea. Carson was saying there's no PTO on the John Deere. What's John Deere? The one on the 8020? Yeah, real life, I don't think there actually is a PTO on that tractor that I know of. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. There actually, maybe there is, I don't know, but I don't think there actually is. Let's see what's here. Oh, red tractor in a ditch. That's normally we leave the red tractors, right? Oh yeah, there's no PTO. There's a PTO on this tractor though. I think that's got to be a fault of this this mod here, not the tractor. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Again, I'm kind of sort of the mod author of... it's really shut off on us. Mod author of that tractor there, so... If I remember correctly, when I do have a PTO node in there. If not, I'll fix that. Norton was saying, no comment. Okay. Edward was saying, sounds like the combine wanted to make little baby combines. Yeah, that could be. That could be there, Edward. Let's see. Logan was saying, get a John Deere 4440. Get a John Deere 4440, eh? Okay. That kind of be like, oh, it's not going to let me find it now. Here's it. Yeah, okay. Gotta watch where we're driving here, too. Well, anyway, we already got a 4440 wandering around here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is right off the top of my head. I thought it was in the shed there, but maybe not. Oh, you know what? I think it's on the planter. Probably still in the planter shed yet. Anyway, I'm going to get Courseplay set up here to start going across this field. Courseplay can handle the up and downs. We just did the headlands there. And it's also about time to wrap it up here for this episode as well. Okay, Courseplay. You know what? I might have a Courseplay course for this already. What's the verdict on this field one? 12-meter cultivate. No, I think this... how big was this cultivator again? Oh, let's see what's here. Course generation. Was it like 7? Yeah, 7.9. Okay, 7.9. I got Courseplay courses set up for the big cultivator on this field, don't I? That big cultivator has. He's almost done. He's got a ways to go yet. Okay, we'll go ahead and create a Courseplay course for it. Why not? Maybe bump it down to like 7.5. Currently loaded course. We want that one. Then we'll do, how about like 4 headlands maybe? So I'm going to have to go around one more time. I'll have Courseplay go around one more time. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Like I said, I noticed with the new version of Courseplay here, it seems like they've really improved the load time for it. So now I'm not quite as concerned as I used to be about creating these Courseplay courses. So Farm 1, Field 1, 7.5 meter cultivate. There we go. And looks like a pretty good place to start right there. well, like I said, we'll let Courseplay do a little bit of a headland, and then it'll start going up and down. And might as well, we'll see once here, I might get this field planted as well between this episode and next episode. Also check on the animals. They should be good, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like they're more than good. We'll check the other ones here as well. Of course, though, I promise everyone, every time I look at this, like, okay, they're good. I skip the night, and next thing you know, they are completely 100% out of food, and they're, about ready to die. It's like, really, game? I don't know what's up with that. There must be a bug in the game that causes that or something, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Also, everyone, next time we'll have to see if we can do something with the TMR as well. Definitely need to do something with that. I'm not sure what that option is going to be. Maybe I'll try the in-game belts. We'll see what's here. The problem is if I load in this Batco here, the Batco is just going to put it up in the silo, and I'd kind of like to leave this set up here. It's kind of nicely set up, if you will, so it's too bad that isn't lifting higher. I don't know if that's even high enough for the small trailer, to be honest. It'd be close. Oh, well, anyway, on that note, everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more, and until next time.